Hello and welcome to Sunshine State Grooming. My name is Greg, and together with my wife Chris, we own and run the company. I grew up my mustache when I was 19 years old. Since that time, I have shaved my upper lip once, and that was only one single time. So essentially, I have had my mustache continuously for over 40 years. For the vast majority of that time, I kept it trimmed to the upper lip line. When I first started growing it out, my mom kept telling me I needed to shave. Eventually, I got up the courage to tell her I liked it and I was keeping it. The next day, she showed up with a mustache comb and scissors pack that she bought at the local drugstore and told me, fine, if you're going to have a mustache, then you need to keep it trimmed. I used those for the next 39 years. I still have them, although I lost my mom over 28 years ago. I spent a number of years working in an industry that allowed me to have a mustache but not a beard. And when I finally left that industry, the first thing I did was to grow out a goatee. I have patchy cheeks, and I could never get past the first couple of weeks of trying to grow out a full beard, but I could grow out a decent goatee, so I sported a goatee for the majority of the time since that point. I did go back to the solo mustache for a while when I first started going to gray because I was self-conscious and it made me feel like I was older than I was. But eventually I learned to embrace it. I earned all the gray that I have, and it really is okay to be who you are, gray hairs and all. Then a couple of years ago, I decided I wanted to see what type of beard I could grow and actually give it the time needed to develop. As part of that, I decided that I wanted to grow out a fuller mustache. I'm not really interested in getting big curls, but I really enjoy the look of a beard with an English-style mustache, and so I started to let it grow. To start, I found a light to medium hold wax and was using that to pull it to the side and started the training process. It worked well for about a month. Then it didn't work so well anymore. The hair started getting into my mouth, and after the first couple of hours, I was continuously reapplying it. So I found a stronger wax, which worked for a few weeks until it didn't again. That was when I discovered heat. I bought a heated brush and started using it in the morning, and it was a whole new world. Everything was going well until the medium hold wax didn't work anymore. And again, I was trying to figure out what I needed to do. So I looked at some videos and found guys with amazing mustaches. Folks like Bob and Elliot and his mustache, Levi from Death Grip, and Louis Lambert, the bearded jumpster. And I realized what I needed at that point was a comp level wax. So I moved to that, and after about a month of using heat and the comp level wax and about 5 months of growth, my mustache was long enough and trained enough that I was able to back off down to a lesser hold wax. When I got out of the shower and dried off, my mustache was already moved to the side of my mouth. It no longer required a product to do so. Now, between the heat regimen and the hairs being trained, I only need to use the wax for styling. For my personal preferences, I don't care for the feel of a hard wax mustache. I want the look, but not the hard wax feel. As such, I developed my wax to give me the hold and feel that I'm looking for. You need to find what works best for you and your style. You can have a great look without trying to achieve perfection. Remember, no one looks at your beard or your mustache as closely as you do. So all the imperfections you see will likely never be noticed by others. So what tools have I found that work for me? The first was a good mustache comb. I used the Kent mustache comb. It is the same shape as the one my mom gave me all those years ago, but it hasn't lost its teeth, and it doesn't pull the hairs. The next is a good hair dryer with a cold shot feature for setting the wax after it's applied. I also still use my heated brush, as I find it works better for getting the bulk of the mustache in the proper direction. And finally, I found a 3/4 inch round brush that I use for getting the little curl on the sides that I want. Prior to the round brush, it was hit or miss if the left side would curl up or down. But you should experiment and figure out what works best for you. The big thing is not to be afraid. Yes, you are going to experience some awkward phases. You will get some hairs in your mouth during the process. But if you always wanted a bigger mustache, then you should go for it. It really will train to move the way you want it to go. At least for me, the first few months of irritation was worth it. I hope it will be for you as well. If you are looking for a deeper dive into all things bearded, please go look up Dan C. Bearded. His videos have been instrumental in my bearded journey, and I am sure he can help you out as well. Thanks for watching, and if you have found value in this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. And finally, please check out the Whiskers and Wisdoms podcast. Jacob from Bane Blends and I are working to make a fun and useful resource for you. Thanks for watching, God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.